Ever feel like your day job is just one big, pointless hassle? Well, imagine your job is fighting in World War II, and you stumble upon a secret that could make you richer than you ever dreamed. That's the setup for the absolute classic, Kelly's Heroes. The story kicks off in war-torn France, just after the D-Day landings. We meet Private Kelly, a former lieutenant who got busted down. He's smart, cynical, and completely fed up with the senselessness of the war. During a rough interrogation, Kelly gets a German intelligence officer drunk and learns something incredible. There's a bank, 30 miles behind enemy lines, holding $16 million worth of Nazi gold bars. That's over $250 million in today's money. Suddenly, the war isn't about fighting for flags or ideologies anymore. For Kelly, it's about the ultimate heist, but he can't do it alone. He needs a crew. So he starts recruiting. First up is Master Sergeant Big Joe, played by the legendary Telly Savalas. Big Joe is a tough-as-nails by-the-book platoon sergeant who initially thinks Kelly is completely insane. He's all about following orders and keeping his men alive. The idea of going AWOL to rob a bank sounds like a one-way ticket to a firing squad. But Kelly is persuasive. He paints a picture of a life after the war, free from worries, a life they all deserve. The gold is a powerful motivator, and Big Joe's skepticism starts to crack, especially when he sees how much his own men want in on the action. Then there's the most unforgettable character of all, Sergeant Oddball, brought to life by a brilliant Donald Sutherland. Oddball is the commander of a small Sherman tank crew, and he's odd. He's a beatnik hippie tanker dropped into the middle of World War II. He's all about positive waves, blasting music from his tank's external speakers, and firing shells filled with paint to make pretty pictures. His philosophy is beautifully simple. Always with the negative waves, Moriarty. Always with the negative waves. Oddball and his crew, with their souped-up Shermans, are the muscle Kelly needs. They bring the firepower, the mobility, and a whole lot of weird, wonderful energy. With the key players assembled, Kelly lays out the plan. It's audacious, to say the least. They'll use a 3-day pass as cover to punch through the German lines, travel 30 miles into enemy territory, snatch the gold from the bank in the town of Claremont, and get back before anyone in their own army realizes they're gone. What could possibly go wrong? Well, pretty much everything. Their unofficial mission starts off with a bang, literally. They need supplies, so they liberate them from their own supply depot, run by the hilariously opportunistic Sergeant Crapgame. Crapgame is the ultimate hustler, able to get his hands on anything for the right price. He becomes the quartermaster for this renegade operation, providing everything from ammunition to logistical support, always with an eye on his cut of the final prize. The journey to Claremont is a relentless series of chaotic encounters. Their first major problem is a friendly fire incident. An American fighter pilot mistakes their column for a German one and strafes them, blowing up half their vehicles. It's a darkly funny moment that shows just how absurd the war can be. You're more likely to get taken out by your own side than the enemy. This forces them to adapt, regroup, and push forward on foot and with Oddball's remaining tanks. They navigate through minefields, with Oddball using his dog-faced intuition to find a safe path. They run into German patrols and have to fight their way through. Each step of the way, the tension builds. They are completely on their own, a tiny unauthorized unit deep in hostile territory. Meanwhile, back at headquarters, the American command is completely baffled. General Colt, a gung-ho officer obsessed with glory, keeps hearing reports of a small American unit making incredible progress. He thinks it's a spontaneous, heroic breakthrough. He has no idea it's just a bunch of guys trying to rob a bank. He diverts resources to support this ghost platoon, unknowingly helping them on their heist. This creates a fantastic layer of satire, mocking the vanity and cluelessness of high command. The climax arrives when Kelly's heroes finally reach the town of Claremont. The bank is there, tantalizingly close. The problem? The town is defended by 3 massive German Tiger tanks, the most feared tanks of the war. Oddball's Shermans are no match for them. What follows is one of the most iconic standoffs in movie history. Kelly, Big Joe, and Oddball have to figure out how to take down these steel beasts. They use their wits, setting up an ambush in the town square. It's a tense, brilliantly choreographed battle of cat and mouse. They use the narrow streets to their advantage, flanking the powerful but clumsy tigers. Oddball's tank gets knocked out, but he survives and, in a classic move, helps guide Kelly's men to take out the final tiger from its vulnerable rear. They've done it. They've secured the town. They blow the bank doors open, and there it is. Stacks and stacks of gleaming gold bars. The music swells, the men are ecstatic. They are rich, but there's one last twist. As they're celebrating, the last surviving German Tiger tank crew, led by a calm professional commander, rolls up. It's a standoff. The Germans have the tank, the Americans have the town and the gold. They could wipe each other out, but what's the point? In a final brilliant stroke of anti-war commentary, Kelly doesn't fight. He negotiates. He walks up to the German tank commander and basically says, "Look, the war is almost over for you. For us, this is the war." He offers them a share of the gold. The German commander, realizing the futility of it all, agrees. Enemies become business partners. They team up to load the gold, united not by patriotism, but by good old-fashioned greed. As the townspeople come out to celebrate what they think is their liberation, Kelly's heroes, now partnered with their former enemies, slip away with the loot. General Kolb finally arrives in Claremont, expecting to greet the heroes of the breakthrough, only to find an empty town square and no platoon to be found. He's left utterly confused, a perfect final joke at the expense of the military establishment. Kelly's Heroes is more than just a war movie or a heist film. It's a brilliant satire that uses comedy and action to explore themes of greed, anti-authoritarianism, and the sheer absurdity of war. It's about a group of ordinary soldiers who decide to stop playing by the rules and create their own mission, with their own rewards. It's a timeless, fun, and surprisingly clever film that's just as entertaining today as it was in 1970. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next video. See you next time.